Remember, an event are subject to for the Lakers. The game was all-time sport, and it played out again last night on Broadway. Celtics still haven't scored. A follow ball three transition into shot. Looking for the ball. Nobody stops it. He goes right into the lane with a right-hand shot. Oh, called for the offensive foul. He stopped himself. Horford ended up running in front of Nerlens, who basically provided interference. Okafor driving left to right, sensed that, and then Horford turned around the last minute, and Nerlens pushed him. Hawks playing offense in front of Sixers bench. Millsap, the former All-Star, on the right side, Bayford. Now Horford, Mitchell. Robert Covington. Sixers pick up 2 early fouls. Hawks will have it Mike Budenholzer, a former assistant for Greg Popovich, went down the Sixers. In his third year, here's Horford with a shot from the upside, up and good. Al Horford knocks it out. 6'10" center for Florida, shooting 50% from the field, averaging 15 points and 7 rebounds. 2-zip. Hawks. Covington with it. Baseball guards him. Finish started by Steve. You guys out of Wake Forest to the Jaleel. Okafor drives on Horford. Left-hand shot misses far to the right. Rustic right at the end. Teague on the run. And Teague into the lane. The left corner. Kyle Korver. Step drive Stowski. Now he's doubled. Baseball with it. Up top to Teague. He'll shoot the wide open three. Covington came out there, but not close enough. Teague go left and short. Line drive attempt. No good. Sixers ball. This outside right. Sixers go left to right. Nerlens Covington and Millsap from through the lane. Pass back out to Smith. Stauskas left perimeter. Back to Nerlens. And a pass by Noel. Whistles over the head of Stauskas. So you have to know as a passer that the guy you're throwing to has a teammate who's actually intending to go back to him. Stauskas had that whistle over his head. Bad pass by Nerlens. Second turnover by the Sixers. Hawks will clean up his lead. 135 going by Korver. Top of the key. Leading shot. Got it. Long two by Korver is good. Over Sixer. Creighton. Nerlens with the ball. Top of the arc. Covington cut through. Will end up to Smith. And with 10 to go in the opening quarter, we get a whistle. Al Horford camped out in the lane way off Nerlens. And he says the 3-second ball against Atlanta. So the Sixers are 7-41. Here's Covington to the line for the Sixers. Robert Covington makes his 26th start. He's just under 80% from the line, and he misses the free throw. Covington's field goal percentage, and he's considered, I would think, maybe one of the better shooters for the Sixers. 38% from the field. Walks up 4-zip, Sixers ball. Okafor with it. Outside left is. Off the drive and an early screen. Smith pulls up and nails it. Smith gets the field goal for the Sixers. He's been averaging 16 points and 8 assists in 17 games for the Sixers. Teague with the ball. Teague drives to the right side. Banks it up. The glass still good. Left it a little bit short. Nerlens with the rebound. Sixers down by 2. And Smith with 2:50 gone by. Brings to the cross. With Terry Okafor. The deal back to Ish. Right side Covington. Free ball. Catch, shoot. In and out. No. The little Clifton. Okafor gets the rebound. Millsap and Horford there, and Horford gets it back to Stauskas. Back out to Covington. Ball fake to move into the corner. Stauskas over Korver for 3. Rips long, no good. Horford got the rebound again. This is head by Nerlens. 9:20 to go. Teague on the move. Teague into the lane. Teague drops it off to Horford. Horford back out top. Millsap to Korver. He's back from an upwing. Back out to the right side. Baseball left-handed three from there is good. Great movement by the Atlanta Hawks. Moving the basketball, he makes the extra pass. Baseball for 3, they're up 5. Well done. Here's off the Okafor screen. Slips down, turnover, third on the Sixers. Kyle runs the floor. Baseball to the same spot for 3. This time, no good.
And if Kendall Beckwith would have opted to go foul early, combined with the foul of the day, they would really be in a pickle. So, we're looking forward to next year. The linebacker crop in Louisiana, and it looks like another small group. They're really going to have to go out of state and get it done next year. And, of course, Coach Aranda's want to do a lot of 3-4 stuff. So they're going to need to find some of those true linebackers and some of those tweeners for what he wants to do. Mike, how can everybody get the latest all recruiting, LSU basketball, baseball, point in the right direction?
Go to TigerBait.com. We got it all for you. We got all the Les Miles video from this afternoon where he details each prospect, and we were there for Christian Fulton's announcement today, and much, much more at TigerBait.com.
Now, Mike, explain to the fans, and you really explained it to me too. Also, the process it comes about when you're trying to get a player eligible, and you want to sign him, but not quite there. And as far as maybe still being a part of LSU's class, or you're hopefully in the future, but they go to JUCO route. Who was the player? I can't think of his name right now. That was going that route, and kind of explain that process. Where if you go to JUCO route, that doesn't mean that you have to come back to LSU. Is it something preferred, or how does that work?
Well, DeMonte Coxey, I think, is who you're talking about, to the wide receiver.
Yeah.
What would have happened today, let's say they look at his transcript or his ACT score or both, and they think he's really so far away, but there might be a track or an avenue for him to get eligible, but we're uncertain if he can get there. Well, if you said, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and let you sign today a grant and aid, well, and then he doesn't qualify, well, he still counts even though he didn't qualify and ends up at a junior college. So whereas because they didn't have him sign the grant and aid today, that spot is still available to them if he fails to qualify. So if let's say this time or next December, when they're looking at some of the guys for the class of 2017 that can graduate at midterm, they'll be able to count somebody back to that spot that they didn't use this year.
I got you.
Yeah. So, but if he signed and then didn't qualify and ended up at whatever junior college, you can't use that spot. Or if Danny Edwin last year, they had a spot for him because they undersigned.
And they'll be able to oversign at least one more spot next year if he doesn't qualify, right? I mean, that's basically how it works.
Right. Yeah, because you're now going to have. You can carry those things over, and LSU is always is having guys who graduate high school at midterm. So if you have one or two from the previous year, you're able to count them back towards that class, and then sign a full class of 25.
Mike, so look, the hype coming into this day was all about LSU's class being number one, potentially being even the greatest of the modern football era. I mean, that was some of the headlines that I read last night. And maybe because of that, here at the end of the day, because they're not number one in any of those rankings, I'm sensing a kind of general displeasure amongst the fan base. How much stock do you put in the difference, let's say, between being ranked number one and number three on ESPN or any of these other sites? And Mike, with that being said, isn't that putting the cart before the horse when you go buy a bunch of billboards and advertising and promoting your school? Now, I know you want to promote LSU, but all of a sudden it kind of seems like it's somewhat embarrassing that if you're not number one, even though you might perceive or that how it's going to come about.
I don't look. If you're somewhere inside the top 10, like I said, there's 6 on Rivals. And there's a few guys that you can argue maybe should have been rated a little higher. For weeks it looked like they were going to finish number one on ESPN and maybe number 2 on Rivals. Well, the big difference between the two that was making LSU behind Ohio State on Rivals was Willie Allen. ESPN had him as a 5-star. Rivals had him as a 3. Well, anybody who's seen Willie Allen play, and I'm not knocking him, he's a good football player. But when you say an offensive lineman's a 5-star offensive lineman, you're saying he's Cam Robinson. He's coming in, and he might be a guy who starts at left tackle for you as a true freshman.
So, I mean, that's where the difference was. But
how much hype is played into all that, Mike, like, to get the people involved and like, okay, well, because I'm thinking like, and Bobby and I said, the last 3 weeks ago, like, wait a minute, the most dominant program in the country, far none, they're so far behind, they had them almost down around 10, and I'm thinking like, come on, and then you're watching it today, really, it had me more intrigued now to like, okay, I want to see who finishes number one, I want to see who finishes the top 5, and if I'm like that, well, everybody else wants to pay attention to that.
Oh, no, but you saw where Alabama was sitting at 17 commitments last week, and
right.
You saw Ben Davis and Mac Wilson, and today they ended up with 5 5-star players to end the day. I mean,
they all finished strong.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike, is this kind of crazy? Like, is this one of those things where maybe they know these kids are coming in, they're telling them not to commit signing day? Does it just seem, or is it just because 5-stars tend to build up the hype?
I think usually when Alabama's won the number one spot, it's, they've had the guys in the barn for December. I mean, it was obvious. I think it just fell this year that you had a number of kids that were, that like Christian Fulton that did it with his teammates on signing day, and it just so happened that it lined up where they had that many kids at those type of schools that they do it as a group on National Signing Day. So they went, from 17 to a full class of 25 on National Signing Day, and boom, they went from number 12 on Rivals to number 1.
Mike, again, let everybody know how to get the latest on everything we're hitting on.
Yeah, go to TigerBait.com and got it all for you there. You'll see all our content.
We're going to do what we got to do. You hear me? Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. I need you to get the trash out. Mm-hmm. Let's go so I can lock my car. But I said the stove that was my car.
That's the only thing you can get. No scope. If I did this hit that way, I don't know why I did it.